It's time.
This is the CSL This Week. Hey folks, I'm Alex Bastiavansky. Welcome. On the show this week, a huge tilt between first place York Region and Toronto, Croatia. Also, a feature on one of the league's top newcomers, Leiford Allen of Brampton. Plus, a look at one of the league's oldest and most distinguished franchises, London City. But first, let's get to the game highlights. And so far this year, York Region has been the class of the Canadian Soccer League. No question about it. Heading into their game Saturday against Toronto, Croatia, the Shooters were the lone remaining undefeated team in the CSL, the only blemish on their record being a tie against Brampton City. So could York continue their hot streak? Let's head to Hershey Field now to find out. The highlights brought to you by Leica Sports, official sponsor of the Canadian Soccer League. York Region unbeaten in 5 games so far this season. Toronto, Croatia, CSL champs 2 of the last 3 years, but off to a slow start in 2014. But the Croats draw first blood, 8th minute. Roberto Galli sneaks behind the D, smokes it past Adrian Ibanez. Toronto jumps out to the early lead. Didn't last though. 8 minutes later, Oswaldo Adu threads the pass to Richard West. Illich with the first stop. Croatia can't clear it though. Richard West spots his 3rd in 4 games, and we're all knotted at 1 after 16 minutes. Just 1 minute later, Mario Orstrano free kick just bounces it past Illich, who mistimes it horribly. 2-1 Shooters through 17 minutes of play. Croatia almost gets it right back though. Anis Danovic one times it. Ibanez with the monster stop to preserve the York lead. Beautiful save. On to the second half we go. York keeps coming. Orstrano fights off Aiden Fitzwilliams, but blows it just wide of the far post. Toronto comes right back. Fitzwilliams to Bodan Sulipka. He skies it over the bar though. Golden chance down the drain for the Croats. Then it's Larry Miller looking more like Usain Bolt. Crazy speed, but he hits the side of the cage and York just can't add to that lead. So last gasp for the Croats, and they do come close. Sulipka with the one-timer out front here, but again, skies it over top of the bar. Croatia just couldn't get it done on this day. So the Shooters continue to roll, now unbeaten in 6, and they're looking like the squad to beat as we hit the quarter pole of the CSL season. 2-1 York is your final. Other game scores to tell you about. July 5th, Burlington SC squeezing past London City. 3-2 from Helenage Field. London has just got to get going. Same day, Kingston FC. Great result over Brampton City United. Powerful Kingston with the 4-1 win at Queens West Field. Same day, Niagara United drops a 2-0 decision to the surging North York Astros. North York really coming on over the last few games. That score from Kalar Field. And the next day, SC Waterloo. Well, Serbian White Eagles get a measure of revenge after losing to Waterloo the previous weekend. They blank SC Waterloo 4-0. Quick look at the league standings. York Region Shooters on top with 16 points. As we mentioned, the lone undefeated team remaining in the CSL, followed by Burlington SC with 13, Kingston with 11, Serbia, North York, Niagara tied with 8, and then Croatia and Brampton tied with 7. In the basement, SC Waterloo and London City with 3. Just remember, for all the latest news, stats, and standings, CanadianSoccerLeague.ca. We've got to take a quick break, but stick around. The CSL This Week. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back. Well, one thing Brampton City United takes great pride in is promoting young players up through their system. Their second division squad has produced some fantastic talent over the past few years, and Leiford Allen may just be the best to date. The rookie has taken the CSL by storm in his very first season, and he's our focus in this week's player profile, brought to you by Olympic Trophies, official sponsor of the Canadian Soccer League. Young, skillful, dynamic. Leiford Allen is the current front-runner for CSL Rookie of the Year, and for good reason. The striker has notched 4 goals in just 6 games to lead a young Brampton squad that's had some big results early in the season. All this from a player that just turned 19 years old in June.
Leiford has so many tools. He's so aggressive, so talented a player. He can play anywhere, with his back to the net, into space, one-on-one. He has so many tools. He's got a tremendous leg. So again, he's not a very one-dimensional or two-dimensional player. He's a very multi-dimensional player that can hurt you in a number of ways.
What I bring to this game is strength, speed, and the ability to work with whatever kind of conditions we got. So let's say we may be down a goal or whatever the case is. I'm not usually one to get frustrated with the game. I'm usually one to bring the team, motivate them, and help them pursue that goal and getting back into this game.
It's a source of pride for Brampton owner Mike DiMatteo that Allen came up through the United system. The previous 2 years, he played with the reserve team before graduating to the big club.
Some of these kids started with me when they were 13, 14, and 15, moved through the youth system, and the message has always been very consistent. So it's like having a lot of kids. They're almost really like my own sons. I'm very proud of them. We have a very unique relationship, and they know we've been very true to them from day one. And now that they can see it and feel it, and they're really buying in and understanding it, that's really just helping, much like Leiford.
Allen is a student of the game. For 2 years, he watched, studied, learned, until it was his time to step up.
There's been years back when I used to play with ages older than me, and working with those kind of people. And one thing that I actually do notice is that when I was watching last year and the year before that, when I watched the first team play and I watched how the games went and the ability they've been working with and all that kind of situations, I've noticed I find I use it as a kind of a training method to see what I have to go through. And the fact that during our practices ourselves, we do practice with, when I was on the reserve team, we did practice with the first team. And being able to do that kind of situation, kind of gives us a little bit of a taste of first division.
Allen has big goals and hopes to take his football talents overseas.
My specific goal would be to play in England, to be honest. Just the atmosphere, the kind of movements, the kind of intense matches that go on in England, that's truly where I feel like I belong. I do also want to make sure my schoolwork stays ahead as well, get that up and everything like that. But mostly my whole goal is to actually play in England and play in Europe.
If he keeps progressing at this level, we made it clear. Our goal, as much as we would love to win a CSL championship, our goal really is, our primary goal is to get players at a higher level. Players like Leiford, but these players have something special. If we can do the right things and put them in the right places, they have a chance of making something of themselves. And frankly, to us, that's above and beyond the CSL championship.
For now, Leiford is content as he continues to grow his game in the CSL and feels the league has played a significant role in his development.
Well, to be honest, coming into this league, it wasn't really, I saw myself as a really good player, but as soon as I got into this league, even as the second division league, I've seen myself actually just escalate in skill. My movements, my touches, everything has been a lot more crisp than it used to be. And I feel like, CSL is actually a great place to be able to, not necessarily just upgrade your skills as a person and, do well and, be in a great league, but just to overall have a great experience,
Hi, my name is Bruno Lima from Brazil. Then I play midfield North York Astros. This year I think I'm gonna make a good season. I think the strength for the North York Astros is the offensive. Although we have a nice defenders, but I think with Joe Mello and Jose, we can do pretty well this year. When I think about my teammates, I think about partnership and trophies and confidence about each other. Canada so far has been a wonderful country for me. It has been very friendly, and I like the weather right now. Although the winter was pretty hard, but it went through, and now the weather is awesome. And it was very different for me, like seeing snow for the first time after 23 years. And I played a lot with snowballs. I got one snowball in my eye and it was pretty cool. I like so much, yeah. I just love the cannon.
We've got to take a quick break, but stick around. The CSL this week. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back. Nicholas Lindsay of Burlington SC joins me here in the studio. Nicholas, welcome, man.
How you doing?
Good, man. It's been a few years since we talked, actually.
It has.
4 years ago, actually, you were 17,
Yep.
playing for TFC Academy, your first go-round the CSL, actually. And, you know, I mean, what was that like playing for TFC Academy? Because you went on, of course, to play for the main team.
Yes. Yeah.
How did the CSL prepare you for playing in MLS?
Man, it was great. You know, I must say,
Yeah.
you know, everything with the TFC Academy, it was great. You know, just great development. You know, on and off the field. You know, just working out and you know, getting the physical mentality as well as the mental aspect of the game. It was awesome time.
And playing
awesome
against
time.
men too, right? I mean, that was that one advantage of playing in the CSL.
That was one of the great advantages. You
Yeah.
know, you're playing against real men who are in their prime. You know what I mean? And it's a great thing for you to develop and get yourself aware with. So it was awesome.
It paid off
Really
for
awesome.
you. You were the second guy ever to sign from the academy team to the TFC main team. You signed back in 2010.
Yep.
You had a few caps. What's one of your best memories of that?
Man, I would say facing Seattle Sounders.
Yeah.
Man, the atmosphere, the fans down there, it was.
You get big crowds.
Oh, it was incredible,
Big crowds.
incredible. You know, so that was one of my, the great moments I took from that.
2012.
Yes.
You had a good start to the 2012.
Yes.
You had an injury that caused you to miss the entire season. What happened?
Man, it was a off the field incident that happened. It was pretty crucial just for my career and just for me as a person. You know what I mean? It really set me off guard. But one thing I'll say is I trust in God. That's one of the main things that I've learned just growing up. And I keep God first in my life, and He's the one person who really kept me through it all.
Your goal celebrations, you're giving
got
praise
it.
when
You got it.
Celebration.
You got it.
What was the injury?
It was actually my ACL that I torn. Yeah.
Yeah. So you had to rehab, and you had to go through all that.
But that was one of the things about it. I came back and I was 100%.
Yeah.
And I was just looking for that chance. You know what I mean? I was back with the reserve games, back with the team, and a lot of things were promised, especially with another preseason next year, but.
Just didn't get re-signed, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's what happens, right?
But you signed with Burlington.
Exactly.
In 2013, you had a heck of a season. You got 11 goals. You were among the league leaders.
Yeah.
What's the Burlington experience been like so far for you?
It's been amazing, man.
Yeah.
It's a really great, group of guys that are determined, that are passionate for football, and the training sessions are amazing. It's a real family,
right?
And I love it. I really do.
Yeah, and you mentioned that to me before we were on camera. Actually, you were talking about the amount of training that you get in Burlington.
Yes.
Just talk about that. What this team is like, because it's paid off this year.
Obviously.
Oh,
it has.
But talk about that and the professionalism in Burlington.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. They train 5 days a week. 2-a-days, and it's hard. It's playing as if it was your last.
Right.
In a practice session, in a game situation. So it's playing all these things into a game situation. And as I said, we're a team, but we're like a little family. You know what I mean? And we trust each other, and we put our best foot forward in every game.
And that bonding is important too.
It is.
Being so close to you guys.
Chemistry it's crucial.
Yeah.
And
as I said, it's paid off this year.
It has,
second place in the standings. One game that actually they lost, that I unfortunately was filming for the highlights.
Yes.
It was a 6-0 loss to Serbia.
Yep.
One of only 2 losses on the year so far.
Yep.
Nicholas wasn't there. Judah Hernandez wasn't there. There's a few guys you were missing, and we'll get to the reason actually in a moment. We'll finish up with that. But aside from that, second place, you guys are doing really well so far. What's the secret to your success this year?
You know that? Yeah.
You usually had the answer to that?
I do, but I'm not allowed to say, No, I'm joking. Honestly, it's just about working hard.
Yeah.
As I said, one thing about myself, and, one thing that the team can say, is that every single day, we treat football as if it was our last day we're ever going to play.
Right.
And that's the mentality you have to have going into a game, going to a practice, and you work hard.
Right.
When you work hard, things can happen for you. And this the success that has happened for our team. So it's been an awesome journey. It's going to continue to be, a glorious ride, but there's going to be ups and downs, but it's something, you got to expect and be ready for.
The reason that Nicholas missed that game against the Serbian White Eagles, it was, people come up with excuses once in a while. It was a reasonably good one. He just got married.
I did,
So
yeah.
congrats, buddy.
Hey,
by the
thanks
way.
a lot, man. Thank you.
And he was on his honeymoon. Where'd you guys go?
Went to Punta Cana.
Punta
Yes,
Cana.
the Hard Rock. Oh, it was amazing.
It was a good time,
yes,
huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Never been this happy, man. I found such an angel in my life, and
Good, man.
I'm so blessed, So
Fantastic. And was it hard getting back in the swing of things
It
when he
was.
came
It
back?
was at first.
Yeah.
You just you're putting your feet up, relaxing. And
Yeah.
enjoyed the honeymoon, man. It was awesome.
Well, we've been enjoying watching you so far this year, and the outlook for Burlington SC. What's your prediction for this season? And man, you guys are in second place right now.
I want to say for sure playoffs, and doing our best to bring this championship home to Burlington.
Home to Burlington.
That's it.
You
That's
got a
it.
new marriage. You got
That's
a great
it.
team this year.
That's
Life
it.
is looking good.
Yes, it is.
Nicholas, thanks so much for being here, man.
Hey, thank you.
Okay,
Appreciate
all
it,
right,
man.
buddy. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
CSL This Week. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back. Well, founded in 1973, London City is one of the oldest clubs in the CSL, but one that struggled for a significant portion of the last decade. In fact, City failed to qualify for the postseason even once during that span. Now, things have been on the upswing for the club, though, over the past few years, and the team is looking to parlay their strong play from 2013 into another extended playoff run this year. London City, this week's CSL team report brought to you by Days Inn, official hotel of the Canadian Soccer League. "14 years, 14 painful seasons. That's how long London City went without qualifying for the CSL playoffs. For years, City took great pride in developing young players and sending them to higher levels in both North America as well as overseas. Since 2012, City has taken a somewhat different direction. They've brought over some significant European talent to blend with their local players, and it's paid off handsomely, as last season the squad secured a postseason berth for the first time since 1999.
We are happy. We start the season pretty much quiet at the beginning, and after when we guys meet each other, when we feel a little bit more, when we came more fit, we play better and better, and in the end we reach the playoff spot. So we are happy about that.
In the quarterfinals, 7th-seeded London faced the juggernaut 2-seed York Region Shooters. Not content to simply make the playoffs, City sent shockwaves through the league by stunning York on penalty kicks.
Yeah, we were underdogs, and I love when you play like underdog. No one except for you to win, and we come here, we was leading, and we concede goal in last second, but we show our heart on penalties and win on penalty. Vladimir Markotic, he saved one penalty in the game and two in penalties.
Well, we came to that game, we don't have nothing to lose, we came like underdogs, and we don't have anything to lose. We play without pressure, without anything. We give our best, and in the end, we make it,
London's run ended in the semis against regular season champs Kingston, but they'd opened eyes with their strong play. This year, City has had a slow start thus far. They're still working on getting match fit as some players arrived late from Europe.
Some of the local guys, we started practices pretty early, like preseason training. But when the guys came overseas, they came like about 2 or 3 weeks late. So we started the season late, started practice late with all of them. So the communication and the attendance was not there the very first couple of weeks of the season.
The majority of the players came late from Europe. Most of the players came a little bit unfit, and that's the main reason why we didn't make better results at the beginning of the season. But I hope and I believe that after a couple of weeks, we're gonna make our fitness better, and we're gonna play better and better from round to round.
City's offense is powered by ultra-talented Marin Grgic. The 28-year-old Croatian import is a former CSL MVP and was brought to London from Toronto, Croatia in 2013. He continued his prolific goal scoring last season, notching 19 goals to finish second in the league.
Marin brings a lot to this team. He's one of the fastest guys in the league. He have amazing feeling for scoring goals. He can assist. He can do damage to the opponent. He's an unbelievable player.
The speed, some say he's like Usain Bolt. I call him Usain on the field. Very fast. I don't think any defender can stop him when he makes a move and cuts and goes, so he's unstoppable.
Team captain Nenad Begovic and Tonchi Paria provide skill and experience to the midfield, which is the envy of many CSL teams.
Nenad is our captain. He's with the Tonchi. I think he's best technician player on the team. I think he's excellent with the ball, first touch, second touch. I think one of the best technician guy in the league. At Tonchi, I always say he's one of the smartest player I ever play in my life. He's smart. He knows what to do with ball. He don't complicate too much. He's a smart, excellent player for me.
The defense is anchored by 32-year-old Zvonko Bakula, who during the winter plays professionally for Croatian second division club Imotski.
Zvonka is very good at the back, strong defender. He's there for every ball. He makes sure everything's cleaned up in the back and just keeps all the guys forward in line, and that's pretty much his job.
And he have one more quality. When we have free kicks, corner kicks, he's very dangerous. He scores some goals, and he's very important, especially when we're defending.
London City is a vibrant mix of imports and Canadians, and it's a mix that works, as the team is tight both on and off the field.
We are like family, you know. And, we have some local guys from London, and it's a very good mix with experienced guys, with young players, with players from Europe, local guys, and I think it's a very good mix.
With more training and time, I think we can make another playoffs for sure. We have the skill, we have the local guys, we have guys from overseas. We definitely have the talent, we have the want to go to the playoffs, and it's all about time now. We just gotta see.
And before we go, a look at the Play of the Week brought to you by Olympic Trophies, and it is Adrian Ibanez of York Region with absolute larceny against Croatia, stretching to make the stop and preserve the win for York. Another look, Andis Hudanovic can't believe his eyes as Ibanez robs him off the one-timer. Adrian Ibanez with the Olympic Trophies Play of the Week. And that's it for this week, but just remember that for all the latest league news, including up-to-date statistics and standings, head to CanadianSoccerLeague.ca, and you can also follow on Twitter at CSL_soccer. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you next week.